Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've got some really interesting source material today, ready to pull out the best bits for you.
Yeah, we're diving into the Cannes Film Festival, but maybe not just the glitz.
Exactly. We're looking at some pretty candid interviews from Letterboxd magazine. They talk to directors, actors, Kristen Stewart, Paul Mescal, Gael García Bernal, Love Diaz, Joachim Trier.
Some big names who were just there.
Right. And our mission really is to get past the red carpet stuff.
Yeah, we want to unpack what they actually said about their new films, what cinema means to them, those memorable festival moments. It's all in their own words here.
It's like getting a peek behind the curtain into the more personal side of the festival and, well, the whole creative grind.
Okay, let's get into it. The article kicks off by describing the feel of Cannes.
Yeah, what does it say? It calls it a meeting of minds.
Right, and intense. Like 10 days feel like 6 months.
Wow.
It's this buzzing place all about celebrating new films, just packed with cinephiles.
And it mentions that for film lovers, like Letterboxd users, it feels like home.
Yeah, that sense of community. But also, it says there's no one good way to do Cannes.
Which sounds about right. Everyone probably has their own way of coping with the intensity.
That mix of professional pressure and just pure love for film, which brings us to Kristen Stewart.
Ah, yes, her directorial debut feature, The Chronology of Water.
Took her 8 years, the article notes.
8 years. Wow. So how did she feel finally presenting it after all that time?
She had a really interesting angle on it. She said talking about her own film is actually easier.
Easier than talking about other people's films.
Yeah, she said it's so much easier. Like, you don't feel you have to pull things from the ether.
Ah, okay. Less pressure to perform or analyze someone else's work on the spot.
Exactly. Or worry about accidentally saying something you don't quite mean because, well, it's hers.
You can really feel her energy in the quotes, though. Like, ask me anything.
Oh, yeah, and I'm fucking stoked.
Huh. Sound like she was just ready for people to see it, to interact with it.
Totally. She said the movie begs for interaction, that it's about iteration.
So not precious about controlling people's reactions.
Seems like it, like she's letting it go, which must be huge after 8 years.
For sure. And Imogen Poots, her lead actor, was there too.
Yeah, Poots was there. She'd been at Cannes before, like 10 years ago, with Green Room.
What did she say about working with Stewart on this?
She described their connection in really profound terms.
Like how?
Call it like being born in a different way, a specific feeling, bigger and deeper.
Wow.
And intense and beautiful, really highlights that bond you can get on a project like that.
Like being born in a different way. That's powerful stuff. Okay, so moving on, the article also features Gael García Bernal and Love Diaz. Cannes regulars.
Yeah, Bernal shared some great memories, not just of his own films, but just watching films at Cannes.
Oh, cool. Like what?
He mentioned Haneke's Amour, feeling a lot of things, and how the huge audience felt like a stadium crowd.
I can picture that.
And watching Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Diego Luna, just cracking up. Apparently, Tarantino saw them laughing and was like, grateful they got it.
That's a great little moment. But what about premiering his own stuff there? He mentioned Amours Perros, right?
Yes, that was his first time seeing it all together in the Semaine de la Critique section at Cannes.
What was that like for him?
Clearly huge. He said that was the first time the film felt real. His surroundings changed completely. And he said this really striking thing. I was the same, but it happened to me. It's not something you do.
It happened to me. Like the film took on its own life. Outside of him.
Exactly. It became this external thing being received by the world. And, Love Diaz sort of echoed that.
Also.
He said his film Norte, The End of History, back in 2013, premiering at Cannes, changed his life.
Changed his life.
Yeah. He felt the way Cannes treats cinema, it's an affirmation that it matters. That validation kept him going, even when he had doubts about filmmaking.
So for both of them, Cannes was this real point of confirmation. Like, okay, this work connects.
Definitely. More than just a screening slot. Okay, shifting gears a bit, Paul Mescal and Oliver Hermanus were there, too.
Right, with the history of sound. They've won awards there before, but this was their first time in the main competition.
Yeah, Camera d'Or, Queer Palm in the past.
How did they describe being in competition?
They compared it to entering an amphitheater, really understanding this singularity of that specific spotlight.
Hermanus shared a specific viewing memory too, right? From years ago.
Yeah, 14 years ago. He still has the ticket stub.
No way. For what?
Watching Malik's The Tree of Life in the Palais, first time he'd been in that massive room seeing a film with that many people.
Ah, the scale of it.
Yeah, the impact of the movie on that huge screen with that shared audience, it just stuck with him.
That makes total sense. That shared experience can be powerful. And Paul Mescal, his big moment wasn't even at Cannes.
Right. His most seismic experience, as he called it, was more recent, watching a film called No Other Land.
Which one at Berlin, I think?
Yeah, he saw it in Brooklyn, in a packed theater. And he was apparently really upset it hadn't gotten distribution there yet.
Why?
Felt it was almost censored. A story that needed to be told the most. He described the feeling in the room.
What was it like?
Great fear and sadness, said the film felt bigger than the four walls. And then this moment at the end, a guy just stood up and asked, "What are we doing?" Mescal said that was a big one.
That's powerful. It shows cinema's impact isn't just about festivals. It's about the story connecting, provoking, wherever it's shown.
Absolutely. And the importance of getting those stories seen. It's a good reminder. If you're finding this discussion interesting, by the way, do hit like and subscribe to the Deep Dive channel. We appreciate the support.
Yeah, definitely. And share it with anyone you think might enjoy it. Okay, finally, Joachim Trier.
Right, back 4 years after The Worst Person in the World.
What did he share about his new one, Sentimental Value?
He calls it a kind of continuation of themes from Worst Person, about humans disconnected, great loneliness.
Okay, sounds intense.
But he hopes it's told with a sense of levity.
And the story itself?
It's about family. 2 sisters, different paths, how they relate to their parents. A story of reconciliation, he said.
And like Stewart, he seems curious about how people will receive it.
Yeah, he literally said he's curious how it fits into what I've done, kind of handing it over.
That moment of release again.
Right. So if we pull all these threads together from the article, what's the takeaway?
Well, it really highlights the personal side, right? The huge personal stakes for filmmakers at a place like Cannes. It's not just business.
Not at all. And it shows how specific film experiences, whether you're watching or premiering, can just stick with you, sometimes change your life.
Like Hermanus with Tree of Life or Mescal with No Other Land.
Exactly. And it underlines that Cannes energy. It's this intense mix of industry, art, and just pure passion for movies.
So for you listening, these stories are kind of a window into that world, right? The intensity, the emotion, the sometimes life-altering moments that happen around film shows the passion driving this thing you love.
And for context, the article was covering the 78th Cannes, which ran May 13th to 24th, 2025.
Right. Okay, quick recap then.
Sure. We heard from Kristen Stewart on the relief of sharing her own work, Bernal and Diaz on Cannes as validation, Mescal on a powerful viewing far from the festival circuit, and Trier handing over his new film about loneliness and family.
Okay, so let's leave you with something to chew on, inspired by Paul Mescal's seismic experience. Thinking about your own movie watching.
Yeah.
What film experience for you has been the most significant, the most seismic? Was it a premiere, something that really challenged you, maybe just sharing a film with someone?
It's worth thinking about. These confessions really show the power cinema holds for the artists and for us. Maybe look up some of these films mentioned.
Definitely. And hey, let us know your seismic film experience in the comments. We genuinely love reading those other opinions over on the Other Opinion channel. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends.
And just a final note, this deep dive was put together with AI assistance, focusing on the source material. We aim for accuracy based on that, but, always good to cross-reference if something sounds off.